Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us here on KREM 2 News at noon. I'm Laura Papetti. It is good to see you on this Monday. We're going to get right to it, head outside because we have Thomas Patrick. He's in the Outdoor Weather Center. And Thomas, it may not be a ton of snow, but it is our first snowfall that may stick around. So why don't you get us started today?
Yeah, I think this would count as the second stab at a first snowfall of the season, if that makes sense. You just saw from a live picture over Lake Coeur d'Alene that the snow is absolutely blinding in the camera there. Here in Spokane, nothing just yet, but I had a few reports from downtown and Northtown that did just get a few flurries. Obviously, nothing on the ground yet. Look at Doppler radar. It's definitely a lot heavier for Kootenai County. This is heavy enough in this core that it is going to start sticking. And I did just get a viewer report out of Hayden, right about here, that it is sticking to the ground. So we are now just underway, kind of officially here. Found ourselves in a little bit of a hole more often than not here in Spokane. Looks like Mount Spokane still picking up some snow. But look at this off to the west. This over Grant County, Moses Lake, you're also under this next batch of snow, which should start sticking to the ground any moment now. And if this wave holds together and moves into Spokane County, Whitman County, we're going to start to see this stick. And this is the key here. Different than last week, it's going to stick to the ground this time because it's been cold enough recently. Yesterday, our high temperature is only 30 degrees. Today, it might get no better than 32. So since we're going to stay below the freezing mark, this light snowfall could very much affect the Tuesday morning commute, maybe a little bit tonight as well, since it looks like it got started a little bit early here. The winter weather advisories just for Lookout Pass and the mountains of North Idaho. This is not enough snow to prompt advisories for Spokane or Coeur d'Alene because we're probably going to stay at no more than an inch of snow in most areas. That doesn't sound like a lot, but it could make the difference between being a 100%, speed commute and something where we're going to have to slow down, so to speak here. So coming up, I'm going to have the latest details as to how much longer the snowfall is going to last. Not just this afternoon.
All right. The former Pasco police officer convicted of murdering a sex worker almost 40 years ago was back in court today trying to appeal his conviction. There is no decision, however, today. The hearing mostly focused on a condom found near the crime scene, and appeals judges questioned how Ruby Doss's DNA was not found on the condom. However, it was found inside a paper evidence bag that it was stored in. There are concerns of cross-contamination and whether that means Richard Aguirre did not get a fair trial. Because of these questions, the appeal panel is now giving both sides a month to prepare supplemental briefs in order to address those questions. A judge sentenced Aguirre to 25 years in prison. That was back in 2023 for murdering 27-year-old Doss. The Boundary County woman accused of sexual abuse is set for a pretrial conference today. The woman, 51-year-old Catherine Cowell, faces 2 charges of lewd conduct with a minor. She allegedly committed the crimes between 2012 and 2015. If found guilty, she could be sentenced to life in prison. Her husband pleaded guilty to similar charges back in July. He was sentenced to 17 years in prison with the possibility of parole. Developing today, there is no school today for students in the Moses Lake School District as teachers have gone on strike. The Moses Lake Education Association and the school district did not come to an agreement over the weekend. KREM 2's Brandon T. Jones explaining what the Education Association is asking for and how the district is responding.
Well, students and teachers would typically be well into a school day right outside of Moses Lake High School, especially on a return from Thanksgiving break. But today, school has been canceled, and we're not sure how long this will actually continue. I've counted at least 40 educators here at Moses Lake High School, though, and many other teachers are on the picket lines at other schools in the district in terms of what these teachers are asking for. They say they're asking for fair contracts, one that results in the district to restore funding to its students and education programs. As for the holdup, the Moses Lake School District in a statement said that it's in a $20 million budget shortfall due to 2 failed funding levies and an $11 million accounting error that happened in 2024. The school district did pass a $53 million levy earlier in 2025, but says those funds can't be accessed until the spring of 2026. Again, as you take a look at all of these teachers that are marching, we got a chance to speak with the Moses Lake Education Association.
I just want people to know that what we're fighting for is just to maintain and stay with what we have. that we're not asking for anything that's, unreasonable.
And while both sides are hopeful this strike comes to an end soon, you can hear all of the support from passing vehicles. But the district has said they will provide daily updates at 4 p.m. throughout its duration of the strike. Parents and students can find that on the Moses Lake School District website. And for students in need of food services, the district will provide 1 breakfast and 1 lunch that can be picked up at district elementary schools. Again, you can find that information on the Moses Lake School District's website, and we'll continue to keep you updated across all KREM 2 platforms as well. For now, here in Moses Lake, Brandon T. Jones, KREM 2 News.
Taking a look at Northwest news, the Sun Valley Resort is opening for its 90th season. That's coming up this Wednesday, December 3rd. The mountain will open several trails, Upper College, Lower College, Sunset Strip, and Lower River Run. To start, the Lookout Express and River Run Express chairlifts will be running as well. The resort will be open from 8 in the morning till 4 in the afternoon. And let's talk about Bogus Basin. It is now officially open. The Easy Rider conveyor in the terrain park is open from 10 until 4. The retail shop, Bogus Creek Lodge, and rental shop are also open. Bogus says they were the first to open in Idaho because of the new technology they use to keep snow frozen throughout summer. That's pretty cool. All right. Take a live look right now. This is at Silver Mountain. It opened its Easy Street Run over the weekend and hopes to open more terrain coming up on Friday. Other local resorts are waiting for more snow before announcing the actual opening dates.